My name is Per Mathisen. I'm a retired headmaster of a school in Denmark, and I've been working in the school since I graduated, and first as a teacher for 15 years and then as the headmaster 21 years in Denmark. So when I retired, I was still interested in schools and how school is working and what they're doing different countries, and that's one of the reasons I'm here. Came here just by chance to Gambia. It was just for summer vacation, just go swimming. But as I was saying, I was interested in school, so I talked to different people and asked if it was possible to go to school to see how they were teaching. And then there was one guy that said that he knew about a school in a small village. They had started it, but then they didn't have money enough to finish it. So I thought, wow, that could be interesting to see. And also I had in the background, maybe it could be a project, because I've always, since I started a teacher, thought it could be an interesting thing to go to another country. I have also studied in the United States for 2 years, so I was used to also to speaking in English about educational matters. So that's why I thought, okay, let me see what that is. And when I came out here, I saw that a building that was 1 meter and 30, or maybe some places 2 meters high, and it apparently was good enough. So we arranged that we could have a meeting with Alcalo some days later, and we came out and the whole village was just gathered underneath this beautiful mahogany tree. And there I could tell them that I thought it was very nice to see an initiative and that you had tried to do something. And I would like to go back to Denmark to see if I can find some money, but I needed to know what the villagers here could contribute with, because it has to be some way of cooperation. And they said that we could do with some works, and we discussed it more in details, and they said, okay, let's write it down. So we went down to the Alcalo, wrote down on a piece of paper, and this was in a way our contract. Try each to work together in order to get a new school.
Yeah,
Started. There was one teacher that was educated. That was Malik, and so we started with saying we need to have qualified teachers, otherwise it doesn't make sense. So he found 4 people, and we found the money so we could educate them. And then at the same time, the way they did it at that time, they were teaching during the year, going to school during the summer. So when we came, I had some of my teachers in Denmark preparing some different material that we brought, and they helped them to see in what way they could use it. So that was the beginning. And then gradually we ended up by seeing that they were performing well, but those small children have to walk that far to get to a near school in Macomba. So then they asked, couldn't they get a building more? And we said, okay, let's try, but we could never find money to that in Denmark. So we had to go to the director in Brikama and have a discussion where we said, okay, if we can find the money for the school, could you find the money for the teachers? And he would look into it and said, yes. So we had a deal that way. So then we had up to the 6th grade. And that was an enormous experience. And in a similar way, we actually did it for the 7, 8, 9 grades. So that really makes it so nice for the school. At the same time, you could say, the women were saying that they really needed some gardens so that they could have some better fruit, but they also could have vegetables, maybe to sell at the market that we had built at that time. So we went back and found money so we could fence an area in the village, and also
As a market.
and yeah, and so that they could sell it to the markets or use it here. And then they have also said that it was very important to have a sewing center because there was no one in the area. There was one that could sew. So we found some sewing machines, and a long talk. We formed a committee, and finally find a very good tailor. So now we have a shop that is running by itself, earning money and producing a nice material. So that they're not the clinic, because that has not been part of our deal. But we have also seen the need in modern times to have internet at school. So luckily we were able to have the one that took care of our internet connection also to teach. So we had a teacher, and now we have it as part of the curricula that grade 8 is the one that we start with to give education in IT. The thing that I enjoy, first of all, I can say I have a meaningful retirement period, because this of being part of a community, because I have my hut here in the village so that I know more about what's going on. That gives me a normal pleasure also to see how many children that now are getting their education. And I also can see that in many ways the community is functioning better, because this is the aim, to see that they would be able to do it by themselves, because that's the aim of our organization, Seniors Without Borders, that to help themselves to manage by themselves. And that really is something that we see small steps in that direction, and that is really enjoyable for me.
So
the group is called Kubuneh Nursery and Development Group. And we have a homepage of that, and what we do at home is try to describe by going out and giving speeches, showing pictures, and seeing what are the needs of the people, what can they do. And always we're met by the question, okay, what do they do themselves? And then I can show them different steps where it is a local participation, because that has been the aim for us all the time, that it's not us. It has to be people in the local community that is doing the thinking, doing the work. We can just help them to get, no, they are all retirees. And we had a funny situation I thought about when, one of the times when we were sitting in the classroom, a group of retirees from Denmark, the cloisterman come by and looked in and said, wow, I can see you're all retired people, but not tired. And that was really what is true, because of the work in the community, work in the way that you enjoy yourself, are very good at enjoying the moment. Also gives us a lot of good moments.
Okay, my name is Malik Baji. I'm from Kubuneh. This group is called Seniors Without Borders from Denmark. They have been helping the community of Kubuneh for more than 10 years. They built 3 schools for them, fence women garden, and then educate some youngsters to go to Gambia College. And then many things. They also bring some computers for IT class for the community of Kubuneh. And they are still helping the community. We all pray that they continue to support the community of Kubuneh. Thank you very much.